Suddenly, a bus stopped and everybody started screaming. People came off the bus and they seemed very upset. And then I saw what appeared to be a trainer by the side of the road. And then on the other side of the road there was a body. And when I looked further up there was another body. And then when I looked over the side of the bridge there appeared to be a body in the water as well.
And what did you do then when you saw what was going on?
Well, first of all, I checked to see whether people were looking after the people on the ground, and then I just tried to stop people coming onto the bridge because people were still coming on, and at that point we didn't know what was happening, so we were just trying to push them back and say.
Of course, Westminster Bridge is always so busy with tourists, with transport, traffic, that kind of thing. The police arrived very quickly, did they?
No, there seemed to be. Probably 5-10 minutes, and once they did, obviously they poured on. I think the first thing was a medic motorbike who started treating one of the casualties, and then after that it was about 5 or 10 minutes, and then when the police arrived, they arrived in force.
And they started closing the area down?
Yeah, pulling tape across it, and at that point we were still trying to get people off the bridge and stop people coming on.
Okay, what time was this, and how long had you been in Westminster? What were you doing here?
I'm just up to see my daughter. My daughter works in London, so I came up, and she's still at work. So I came up just to. We're going to a show tonight, so I was just walking around and having a look at Westminster and doing the kind of tourist things, you know.
And you'll know that obviously there are always lots of police in Westminster. From what you've seen today, how different has it been?
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, there's just it's a sea of blue lights down there, and they were very, very quick to close the bridge off once they arrived, and just arrived in force. Really, as you can see, there's helicopters overhead, and all kinds of things going on. But it was a very kind of confusing scene. Yeah, nobody really knew what was going on.
And then, of course, we're standing now behind a cordon that's perhaps 200-300 metres away from the palace. How did you manage to get here yourself? Because we found it incredibly difficult to just get out of our building and get down here.
Well, I guess because I was where it happened, I'm sort of moving away from it rather than trying to move towards it. So I just came across the end of the bridge, came up that way, and sort of came across the next available bridge, which I guess is Lambeth, is it?
Yes, this is Lambeth Bridge that we're standing on. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. That's kind of you to stop and talk to us. Thank you very much. That's Steve Boak, who saw what happened earlier. Since I've been in this spot, which is about 300 metres away from the palace, just close to Lambeth Bridge, there has been police car after police car going past us, an ambulance. I saw a fire engine earlier too. So more police than we have ever seen in Westminster before, which of course is used to this kind of activity in terms of attention, but nothing on this scale in terms of the number of police doing their jobs. Cordons are being put up everywhere, but you know, we're trying to see what's going on down there behind you. If I just swing the camera around, we've got journalists who are trying to report on fixed cameras on their iPhones. There's an ambulance and also another police car up there, but there have been children who've been finishing school trying to leave for the day. Obviously the traffic is building up too, so in terms of, and you can hear it's also extremely loud. We've got helicopters over top too. I'm just going to have a look and see exactly what the latest is that we know. The Prime Minister is now in Downing Street, we are told. She was brought back from the House of Commons in Westminster. She's now in her office being briefed on what is going on. So really, we're just watching everything happen minute by minute here, 300 metres or so away from the House of Commons. Another police car going past. I'm just going to step to the side. But yes, we know that Theresa May is now in Downing Street. The police have confirmed that there was an incident on Westminster Bridge just before 3 o'clock, about 20 to 3 this afternoon. We've also heard from the London Ambulance Service, who have said that they got their first crew to that incident, that firearms incident, within 6 minutes, they said. They've got a number of resources at the scene, including ambulances, the air ambulance, as we know, and they're working closely with the emergency services at the scene. They say their priority is to ensure patients get the medical help